I'm meteorologist Peta Sheerwood tracking Hurricane Milton, and I do want to break into programming to bring you the very latest on this hurricane that is rapidly intensifying. We are seeing with the latest advisory coming down at 2 p.m. with winds upwards of 175 miles per hour and the pressure at 911 millibars. We are seeing the wind speeds go up, the pressure is going down, and it's moving to the east at 9 miles per hour. I do want to go ahead and show you this visible satellite where we can see that eye wall, and you can see that eye where there's also some sinking air, that sinking air happening in the center of the storm, allowing it to strengthen as it moves over some very warm sea surface temperatures. And we're basically seeing that this atmosphere is prime for this to continue to rapidly intensify here as it moves across the Gulf of Mexico. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here, because notice that the forecast cone taking the intensity down to a Category 4 hurricane by Wednesday morning, and then potentially weakening down with maximum sustained winds at 125 miles per hour by Wednesday evening. We're going to watch for landfall at some point across the west coast of Florida late on Wednesday as a Category 4 or even as a Category 3 hurricane, but the impacts are going to be wide felt across the state of Florida. Notice that we have hurricane watches in effect for all those areas outlined in orange from Cedar Key down into Fort Myers, including Tampa and Orlando. And we are also tracking tropical storm watches that are in place for portions of the peninsula. We have that in place as well for Key West. That is where we're expecting tropical storm force wind speeds to move through as we head into our Wednesday as well. Notice here as we take a look at some of the latest computer models. I've been looking at them all morning long going into this afternoon, and what I'm noticing is that the track is shifting a little bit more towards the south and the storm is slowing down over the Gulf of Mexico. So listen, landfall in place anywhere from Cedar Key down into Fort Myers. We're going to continue to watch this because we know storm surge is going to be a major concern across the west coast of Florida. Look at the areas like Tampa Bay down into Sarasota. We are expecting upwards of 12 feet with that saltwater inundation. The Keys likely to see that number around 1 to 3 feet as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar. I also want to touch on the flooding concerns that we are seeing popping up across our area today. Let's zoom in a little bit closer to Miami-Dade County, and I want to draw your attention to this flood advisory that is now in effect until 3:45. We are seeing some heavy rainfall off towards the west of Homestead. You can see the lightning and thunder as well. We've already seen 1 to 3 inches of rainfall fall from the Cutler Bay area down into Homestead. Notice that area to the west with the heavy rain that could move in for today and bring an additional 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. Another spot that I'm watching with a flood advisory that goes until 3:45 as well, Aventura, going all the way down into Miami Beach. We are going to continue to watch some heavy rainfall move in that could lead to flooding as well, especially as we head through the rest of the afternoon. This disturbance off towards the west is what's bringing the rain. This is not associated with Milton. Milton's off towards the southwest, and it's going to continue to gain strength as it moves through the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to see a lot of rainfall here in the coming days. Let's talk about the showers that are out there right now. That will continue to build in into the afternoon. Look at those heavy downpours rolling through even for this evening, and we'll see some of that rain linger around our southern areas as we head into tonight. Also watching Milton here, I did want to point out the rain associated with this. We're getting the updates in, guys, and some of those outer bands associated with Milton likely to move in as early as Tuesday night going into Wednesday. And Wednesday is going to be a soggy day for much of the state. state of Florida with some of those higher rainfall totals up to the north. Remember, our flood watch is still in effect until Thursday morning. We're talking about 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, additional to the rain that we've already seen over the weekend. And today, those isolated higher totals upwards of 10 inches will be possible here as we head throughout the next 3 days, mainly for the Keys. And look at that, areas near Tampa, upwards of 10 inches as well. Those isolated higher totals certainly possible for our friends and family to the north. We are going to continue to monitor Milton here on Local 10 News. Our next newscast is at 3 o'clock. Stay tuned to the latest updates. We'll be giving you a lot of information online, and we'll see you at 3.